Have you ever missed the opportunity to apologize? Normally, an apology is something that we associate with something sad or bad, like maybe we did something bad. Yeah, maybe you did. An opportunity is something great that's going to give something awesome to our lives and something positive. Well, I think I might have missed an opportunity. I think for about 2 years, I didn't do my best, and I could have done better. Let me set the scene. I'm an English teaching video presenter for my language center. I've been presenting English teaching videos for about 2 years now. And we give these videos online for free for people to supplement their English learning. And we have thousands of Vietnamese learners from around Vietnam that watch these. The videos are also used for a marketing tool, as many language centers do, to let people know about our language center. Some while ago, these videos were exposed for something. Now let me tell you, what happens is that the language center gives me scripts, and as an actor and a presenter and a teacher, I make them come alive on camera. I don't write the scripts. I just take them, I check the English, and I do my job as best I can. But these videos and the content of the videos were exposed that the content wasn't sourced, it wasn't original, it wasn't property of my language center, so it was plagiarized. My language center took responsibility for these videos and took down the ones that weren't sourced. They apologized. And since then, they've been trying to make really good content and make sure that it's sourced for all future videos. And what about me? I didn't want to take responsibility for my role in it. I didn't want to be associated with this apology that my company had to make. They made the apology. It was about them. I didn't want to be associated with the bad things that had happened. I lay low. I think I missed an opportunity to apologize. I mean, let me be clear. No one has blamed me. No one has accused me of anything. No one's been mean to me about this at all. But I have a responsibility as an educator to check the content that I'm giving to my students. And I've had skeptical friends be like, hey, when are you going to apologize? And I've been like, apologize for what? I didn't do anything wrong. But I missed the opportunity to show people all the right that I was doing, all the good that these videos are doing around the country, and the fact that, hey, I've learned from this experience. I've learned that I have to be critical, and I have to have sound judgment in what I do as an educator and for my own integrity as a person with morals and idealistic values. But this isn't really just about me. And it isn't just about plagiarism. I missed the opportunity to engage with my audience, with my viewers, with my students, and find out what do they need. What is it that they want out of these videos? I missed the opportunity to really connect with them and find out what is going to really inspire them and keep up their English learning. I missed the opportunity to listen, learn, and change for the better, and connect with my audience. And that is the opportunity in apology. Take your mistake and the adversity of having done something wrong and turn it into a learning curve. Make it into a positive experience for everyone to form a greater connection with the people you serve and serve them better. But I mean, let's cover our bases here. Opportunity is on the other side of a really good apology. So let's take a look at what makes a good apology first. A good apology by the website perfectapology.com is described as a couple of ingredients that, when combined, can really help bring together the trust of the people that might have been offended. So they call it the art and science of apology, and here's the list of ingredients. Number 1, a detailed account of the situation. How did you hurt these people? How were they hurt? Number 2, acknowledgement of the hurt or damage done. Number 3, taking responsibility for the situation. Number 4, recognition of your role in the event. And 5, a statement of regret. Number 6, asking for forgiveness. Number 7, a promise that it won't happen again. Otherwise, why would you apologize, right? And number 8, a form of restitution wherever possible. Harriet Lerner, a relationship expert and author of the book, Why Won't You Apologize?, says, it's not the words, I'm sorry, that soothes the other person and allows them to feel safe in the relationship again. More than anything, the hurt party wants us to listen carefully to their feelings, to validate the reality, to feel genuine regret and remorse, to carry some of the pain that we've caused, and to make reparations as needed. They want us to really get it, and to make sure that there will be no repeat performance. But what about timing and your apology? So there is a guy called Frank Partroy, and he wrote a book, Wait, The Art and Science of Delay, and his research showed that apologizing too quickly can come off as insincere. You need to take the time to listen to the people that have been hurt. Take the time to hear and let them feel really understood from that situation. There's another lady, Cynthia France, and she did a research study called Better Late Than Early. And she came up with this graph. It's called the apology curve. And as you can see, if you apologize too early, it'll be ineffective. And if you apologize too late, also a little ineffective. But there's kind of that sweet spot on the top of the curve that's a good time to apologize. The rule for when that time is really context dependent, so I'm sorry I can't help you with that today. Also, another note on apologies and forgiveness. When you ask for someone's forgiveness, it's not about saying, hey, I did my job, I apologized, and I did a good job of that, so can you forgive me now? No. Forgiveness is a way of opening up the conversation and saying, I'm ready to talk when you are. Now, is there a good example of a good apology that was turned into an opportunity? Yeah. I want to go and look back at 1982, where we have a sound example of a corporate apology that was turned into an opportunity. In 1982, in Chicago, there's a product called Tylenol. Now, I don't know if anyone knows Tylenol here, but it's a painkiller. And people often use it to kill the pain of a headache. But in Chicago around this time, some people took Tylenol for their headaches, and a few hours later, they died. Some of these pills were laced with potassium cyanide, which is a poison. They were murdered. So for Tylenol, this is a really awful situation. These people are being murdered by their product. It's got nothing to do with Tylenol, but this is like brand suicide. Johnson & Johnson is the mother company of Tylenol, and their CEO, James Burke, took control of the situation. He took responsibility, brave man, and apologized on national television to the whole country. He went around to different television stations talking to the people, telling them, stop taking Tylenol. He said his first responsibility was to his customers. He stopped the advertising and production of Tylenol and took in about $100 million worth of in-store Tylenol products already. And then he invited customers to take a voucher for their already bought Tylenol. He said, take the voucher, and we'll give you a product when we both know it's safe, but don't risk it. James Burke made sure that people were safe that they felt good, they could communicate with the television stations and keep up with what was going on, how they were feeling. He made sure that people felt great about this product, and you know how? He then offered to give them Tylenol in safe packaging, in tamper-proof packaging, to make sure that that situation never happened again. He did an excellent job of taking responsibility, of acknowledging their role in the event, of making sure that people knew what was happening, who was responsible, and what they could do, and most of all, that they were going to make it better in the future. After 1 year, 90% of Tylenol's market share was up again. And that is really taking that apology and making it into an opportunity. But what about, closer to home, here in Hanoi? So let's take a look at TEDxHanoi. In June, TEDxHanoi had another event. And TEDxHanoi has got lots of partners that help make their events great, right? Like today, this was awesome. But in June, one of the partners kind of messed up. TEDxHanoi had a lunch partner that had agreed to certain stipulations. They had agreed to supply 450 lunch sets by 10:30 a.m. on the day of the event. However, on the actual day of the event, only 150 lunch sets were delivered by 12:30 in the afternoon. They were so late. And then they had to organize and order pizza so that people could actually have something to eat. And they delayed that. They delayed the lunch, they delayed the day, and they delayed people being relieved from their hunger. I mean, people were really hungry, and people were confused. They were like, what? There's food? There isn't food. There's pizza. Oh, okay, so I paid a lot of money for a fancy event to eat pizza for lunch. Attendees weren't impressed. But the event organizers try to do their best to, apologize and be good guys and just, ease off the situation. But the lunch partner, their idea of reparation was offering an apology and a voucher for a free meal in an email a couple of days later. And you could get this free meal if you went and got it in store, or if you paid for the delivery. But they weren't delivering to people outside of Hanoi. This wasn't a very good way to say sorry. In fact, it left a bitter taste in people's mouths. They didn't enjoy that. Even someone marked TEDxHanoi as 1 star because of this experience. So TEDxHanoi's brand was suffering because of that person's mistake. Not cool. This is not a good example of an apology, but I want to tell you how I think we could make it into a good example. Okay, if I was the owner of that catering restaurant lunch place, what I would do is I would say, all right, it's 10 a.m. and I don't have 450 lunch sets that are going to reach TEDxHanoi by 10:30. I'm going to make a plan. Even if I have to pay out of my own pocket, I will make sure that every volunteer, attendee, person, speaker is going to be well fed and feeling great. So that's what I would do. I'd make sure that they're all well fed. Then I'd go on stage with the TEDx organizer and I'd say, hey everyone, I hope that you're well fed. Today, you didn't eat my food, but I hope that you ate well. However, I'm really passionate about the food that I do have. So I have my colleagues and my staff standing outside at the exit of this event to take down your details and give you a voucher for a free meal that we will deliver to you for free wherever you are, because we believe in the quality and awesomeness of our food, and we hope that you can get it. You didn't eat our food today, but we hope that you can eat our food very soon. If I was an attendee, I'd be like, damn, I want to taste that food. That sounds good. This man trusts himself. This person or this girl, I'm a woman. And I would really have faith and trust in that brand. I really want to try, and I'd probably like that brand a lot more than if that didn't happen. That's making an opportunity out of that apology. It wasn't the TEDx organizers' fault, but they took responsibility for their attendees. And it wasn't Johnson & Johnson's fault for the death of those people, but they took responsibility for the lives of their customers. It wasn't my fault that those scripts were plagiarized, but I missed the opportunity to apologize for my role as an educator in those videos. And I'll never miss the opportunity to apologize again. So if you have to apologize to one person or thousands, have the courage and apologize. Opportunity awaits. Thank you.